Hello, and welcome to episode 1 of my Minecraft survival series. Now, my goal for this series is to create a world with builds that hopefully all of you guys will enjoy. I have many ideas that I can't wait to share throughout this series, and hopefully over time I can get ideas from you guys. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoy this episode. As you can see, I've already started. That is because in this episode I wanted to start building my starter base, and that required quite a few items that needed to be grabbed, which took me a good amount of time, mainly because I was trying to find the azalea leaves from the azalea tree. Now the build I'm making is a starter house, which I have a tutorial on my YouTube channel, so feel free to check that out if you want to build it. The tool I'll be using to help me build this is Lightmatica, but first I need to take care of these guys so they don't interfere. Now I can add another one to the collection. Oh, that's not where I was trying to put it. There we go. The reason I have the schematic up like this is because I'm also going to be raising this riverbank up around 4 to 5 blocks high. And this is where I realized I am out of dirt.
It's not a game, it's a rage thing.
What? What? Okay, that's not good. I can't have them spawn up there. Can't have anything spawn up there. Oh boy. Well, I'm gonna have to fix that. And just like that, the house is done. I definitely regret putting the schematic up so high because I did not account for all the dirt that I had to get. There's multiple areas that I just had to destroy just to get dirt, which I'm going to eventually then fill back up. Now I was able to complete everything in the house except for I haven't filled these in with books yet. I also need to put some paintings up that I still need to make, as well as getting a wither skeleton skull to place right here on this desk. So those are just the last things I need to get. That honestly, the wither skeleton skull is just a lot more time consuming than gathering all these other ones. They're still up there. That's wild. Oop, one fell. I also need to fix the roof because they're not supposed to spawn up there. Now the next thing I need to do is really just terraform this area. I need to get rid of these trees that are not ground level and also are not custom. Once I kind of get the, you know, main ground level, I'm going to add more of these custom birch trees that I have made. And then also work on getting this riverbank the way that I want it. Now that we're done with terraforming this upper section, it looks a lot better. It's obviously there's still some areas I need to work on, like back there, and redoing all this section, getting rid of the stone. But overall, I'm happy with it. I like how it looks. Now, the reason I have this section right here lower is because I plan on adding a dock so I can actually use my boats and go in and on the river. Be a nice little spot also to fish as well. When terraforming this, I wanted to leave this area flatter, which is going to allow me to add more buildings in the future. And I can also maybe add a little pond here. And this mountain, I plan on eventually just revamping and doing a custom mountain, which that will be saved for a later date. And part of that custom mountain, I actually want to have a waterfall coming down from here and connecting to the river, which again is going to be a later date project. That's just kind of how I want to plan this area, and I also plan on having like a little bridge to connect this side to that side. And the only thing really left to do is to finish up the riverbank, at least above the water portion. And I plan on using stone, andesite, some tough blocks, as well as cobblestone and deep slate. It would kind of give the immersion of the rocks being wet with the cobblestone and the deep slate, and then going up to stone where it's drier. Now, while testing this like riverbank / cliff on a creative world, some blocks I found that were pretty helpful trying to go from this darker stone to this lighter stone were the tough blocks as well as the pale moss blocks. I just think they have enough difference between them to help blend in the darker and the lighter stone. You know, with these rocks here, they're kind of simulating that they're being wet, and these rocks maybe have a little bit of foliage growing on them because I'm going to be adding some grass onto these as well to just give it some more texture and depth. Pretty much got the basic form done. As you can see, I've added some moss blocks at the top to have it look like some grass is over the edge. Also see I added this little sand bed. Not sure what I'm going to do here yet. Just thought it would be a nice little touch to it. Maybe a little bit different than just having it be all just strictly the stone. Now all I gotta do left is just kind of detail it up with stairs, some of the walls. And it is done. Obviously I haven't finished all the way over here yet. I'm not sure if I'm going to continue going all the way on the path of the river. We'll see. Clearly still do need to do the dock. I also added some of those moss carpets to the top of the stone, and I do need to collect a couple more so I can finish it over here as well. Next thing I really need to do is kind of just take the moss and, you know, start sprinkling it into the grass area as well, so it's not just small parts of moss. Here's kind of another angle. I obviously still also need to finish this portion of it leading up into the river that will eventually connect to a waterfall. So right here I start extending out the path from the house to where the dock is going to be. For the path I'm using just stone, andesite, and some gravel spots. I'm contemplating if I want to switch it to dirt. I know I won't do all my paths like this. I know I'll eventually do some dirt paths once I'm kind of farther away from the house. Now, as I'm working on the path, I also just wanted to kind of add some more moss to the area. I really like how the moss blocks look compared to the grass blocks on the edge. For the dock, I wanted to kind of make a section specific for fishing. It's 1 block elevated from the water, not easy access while you're in a boat. So I decided to make a second portion of the dock, which is more on the water level. So it is easier to go in and off of boats. Obviously, you want some storage on your dock. I decided to use the barrels for the most part, just because it blends in pretty well with the dock itself. For some decorations, I decided to also add in the decorative pots. I really like how they look, and I pretty much use them in almost every one of my builds now. I wanted this light fixture to be a little bit different to indicate like this is the part of the dock where the boats go. And then to just kind of finish this area for the moment, decided to add some foliage. And this is what the dock looks like. And now that we have the dock done, I think this is a good place to kind of call it for this episode. I have a lot of ideas for this area here in front of the house, as well as over to the side, and a building that I hopefully can get done for the next episode. With that being said, I appreciate if you guys stuck around this long to watch the video, and I can't wait to see you guys next time.